Welcome to the Limelight podcast. I'm your host, Lime Slush, as always. Welcome to episode 11. I'm your host, Lime, as always, unless I've already said that. And this is, hopefully I can say your name right, Yed Yasha.
Hello, my name's Yed.
I'm going to call you Yed this whole podcast. It'll make my life so much easier.
Don't you worry. That's exactly how it's pronounced. I mean, were there any other pronunciations you thought of?
Yasha.
Yasha. I don't think there's any other way to say it. Yeah. Unless it's like, Yad Yashi. I've heard that before.
Oh, guys, you should have been here before Kwanzaa had to cut out most of the beginning conversation. Oh, it was so funny.
So
it's
cursed.
That's the thing. It's I know I've had some people be like, "You've cut out so much. Why not just put it on Patreon?" I'm like, I don't want to get canceled 11 episodes into my podcast.
Yeah, not even Patreon would be able to redeem this conversation.
No, even Quanta's gonna be like, I have some questions and some words, but
Yeah, let's make this a 3-hour conversation, and for some reason it's gonna be a 30-minute podcast episode.
I actually had a guest on. I don't know if my friend still has the audio or not. We did record a podcast with somebody, another VTuber, and the podcast was almost 3 hours long.
Oh,
I was like, I can't do that, dude. I have to keep it an hour to an hour and a half. I can't. I said maybe one day I'll go up to 2 hours, but I'm like, I like to keep it in the hour threshold because I'm like, any longer, I feel like people just get bored or they're like, it's just droning after the first hour.
Well, I mean, I think that also depends on what you guys are talking about. Like, let's say if it's a thing that a lot of people in your fan base would enjoy listening to, then maybe you can cross that threshold. But it really depends on what you're talking about and if it really grabs the audience.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though. With podcasts, everyone's picky because there's some people that are like, I like podcasts that are all interviews, or I like podcasts where only super famous people are on it, or I like podcasts if they're a murder mystery. That's probably the most popular podcast is really stuff like that, like true crime and stuff. I've noticed that. Or you have that other guy, that UFC dude, Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
Funny thing is though, I was like, I don't listen to his podcast, but I would get that shirt that says the Joe Rogan podcast, and it's Shadow and Sonic kissing each other.
Oh my god,
I love that.
I'll take that shirt.
Oh my god, I want that shirt so bad, and tell people that's my favorite podcast, and it's just a picture of them going at it.
Just wear it to my job one day, and I come up the front desk. People come in, and it's like, oh, that's a very interesting shirt you got there. What are the characters? They're trying to make conversation as if it's not cursed already. I'll buy it for $39.99.
I mean, that's the thing too. It's have you ever noticed how do you know Redbubble at all? It's funny if you can't find official merch from the official website for a content creator, just go on Redbubbles and just just take a stolen design and just buy it. That's actually been it's a mixture of bad and a mix of stuff, because it's you have people that'll draw art of let's say, for example, I'm a big Monster Prom fan. So they have a lot of Monster Prom stuff on that website because Monster Prom doesn't make a lot of merch. And sorry guys, if you're listening to this that are Monster Prom people, shoulder shrug, I haven't bought anything. But so it's all fan art and stuff like that. So it's oh, I like this one character. Well, they don't have art, they don't have any merch for it. So you go on Redbubble, boom, and there's 20 plus things of stuff you can buy. You can buy shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, etc., etc.
Sounds like a steal. Why can't you do that?
It's stolen art if you think, not stolen art, but it's stolen property if you think about it. It's so imagine if somebody drew Sonic the Hedgehog and was like, this is a really nice picture. Then they put it on Redbubble and then people buy that sticker. The money goes to you. And if Sega really wanted to step in, which is kind of doubtful, they could actually sue you for selling their brand.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's why it only concerns me. I'm it's not necessarily the end of the world or anything, but I worry for the people if they do get caught, or because there's too many of them, or some people just don't care, and then they just get in trouble for doing that stuff.
You know what? You make a very good point. But my counter argument is I need money. So if I ever need to steal, which I won't, but if I ever would, I'd go to Redbubble.
Original, the
It's
character,
the
do not
original,
steal.
the original Sonic Chew.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
God, I don't that, like that's one conversation I don't even want to go into.
You know, we did that last podcast. If you guys go back to the last episode, we actually talked about that whole nonsense.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that one. I've actually
No, it's not
seen.
released yet. You most people won't hear this one until like a week or two from now.
Oh wow, that early?
Yeah. Well, it's because what happened is so a lot of these get pre-recorded. Not a ton of them, so nobody will have to wait like a month to hear their podcast. It's only like a couple weeks ahead in case either I want to release a second podcast or I get sick or I can't find a guest, and I just put up an extra one, so that way I'm always like a step ahead kind of thing.
I
So if
see.
it's like, oh man, I'm really sick this week, or oh dude, this week I have no voice. Boom, podcast was pre-recorded last week, or one episode that I haven't uploaded yet can go up.
Mm.
And you got to plan ahead with stuff like that. Like, it's kind of like when people cancel streams. Like, I know that happens from time to time. Like, you can't really be like, oh, I'm too sick to stream today, guys. So here's a, here's an upload from, here's a Twitch stream I did like 2 months ago. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Though
Like,
I've had ideas for like live streams that you have to cancel, but you can still continue on the live stream. I just think
mhm.
like if you play it along with your audience, and
Uh-huh.
somehow you can work in a pre-recorded live stream on the day that you're sick, all you gotta do is just play that video of you pre-recording the live stream, and I guess you can kind of play it out. I've kind of thought about this before, just because. Like
Hmm.
I've always just thought about, okay, it's not the same thing as a video, but it's got to be a live stream. But what should I do if I get sick? Then I just, pre-record and then find a way to, get some like somehow like explain that I'm not really there, but at the same time play a character as if I'm there. And
Hmm.
I just tell my audience, oh yeah, can you say this like one little prompt so that I can answer it? And so if someone does, they send that message to me, and as if I took in that message without any prompt, I was like, oh yeah, you asked this question, and I'll answer the question here just because you said it without me prompting you to.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like I that's why I like YouTube more. Like I even did a Twitch stream today for the first time in a while, and I
Mm,
was like, I'm not a fan of this anymore. I'm
yeah.
like, I like playing the game and getting the cool clips, but at the same time, I'm like, I would rather be talking to somebody doing like an interview right now more than streaming.
That makes sense. A
And
little
then
a little different tea for everyone.
and the thing is too, it's like someone's like, "Oh, just record, put your podcast on Twitch," and then da 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 da. And I'm like, but then think about it. It's like, yeah, it kind of works at the same time. Then you have to watch what you say. You can't make certain jokes. You can't tell certain stories. And then if something happens during the live stream, the whole audio goes away. Da 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 da. Like, you know what I mean? There's like a lot. It's that you can't do while live streaming a podcast, or at least like the ones I like to do.
Yeah, I don't really think live streaming a podcast would be a good idea. I think if it's pre-recorded, you have control if just in case if there's something that was said like in the
Hmm.
beginning of our conversation before we
Yeah.
started, then like, it's all on live on Twitch, but you can edit it on YouTube. You can take the time to cut some things out and then you send it out, then you have no worries like that.
And so that's why I said if the only time I'd probably do like a live one is like a celebration, like podcast 100 or podcast 69 or something like that. I've had so many people have ideas. They're like, "Oh, once you reach 69, you should invite like this person or this person." Da da da. And I'm like, I gotta make it there first. I'm only on like 11 right now, and then I have like a
Mm,
couple more I gotta record right now. So I'm up to like 13, maybe 15, coming soon.
sounds solid at 69.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
my dream is that if I do this full time or even part time, I want to go like 2 to 3 podcasts a week. And then if I did anything extra, either A, make a video once per week, or B, just stream. Just do like a couple like short streams or something like that.
Mm.
But like I said, I just haven't enjoyed playing games as much lately. Like, I don't know if it's just me or just maybe I'm just tired of playing like the same games or something. But like, I haven't enjoyed playing like any game on stream lately because it's just like,
Mm.
Because after a while, I just get like, I'm just like, I want to go do something else. My ADHD is like kicking in and wanting to
Yeah.
watch very, very like stupid videos on YouTube.
I mean, I'm kind of new on the live streaming, actually anything in general in terms of like social
Uh-huh.
media presence. This is like I'm pretty new. I think it's how long has it been? Today's the 18th for us right now. Oops, I probably shouldn't say any days just in
Oh
case if
my
people don't want to figure
god!
it out.
Oh my
But
god! They
yeah,
know. No, you're
I
good.
technically started almost like a month ago, like with live streaming and all that. So all of this is pretty new to me. But I do understand, like being tired of the games that you play. Just like after a while, it's just not fun anymore.
I don't understand how the pros do it, where they play like 8 hours per day, or
Yeah.
they'll lose. Like I've seen ones where they're like wins 3, losses 20, and I'm like, I swear to God, if I had lost even just 5 games on stream, I would quit. I would quit for the day.
Yeah, like it's amazing people can do like 8 hours. I just do three and I feel tired already.
I know. I got to my second hour and I actually quit. I was like, I can go maybe like 2 hours, and then by the second hour, I'm already like, I. It's kind of like pancakes, where it's just like you're eating pancakes, like, oh, these are so fluffy and yummy, and then like halfway through, you're like, this is so doughy and disgusting.
Yeah, I feel like it just has to be the right game. If it's a game that I truly enjoy and I play that on stream, I could probably go for at least 4 to 5 hours. But right now, I've been kind of experimenting because myself, I'm on Twitch. I'm streaming. Sorry, let me try it again. There, I'm live streaming on Twitch right now, and I'm playing a lot of different games that are because I'm trying to get used to different types of games. Maybe there's one I can stick to for a while, but. I'm very much a Mario player, so I usually play a lot of Mario in my free time, like Mario Kart. If anyone wants to play Mario Kart with me live,
How
then
dare you plug your stream on my
oh, I'm
podcast?
sorry for promoting myself at twitch.tv/yeah underscore Yasha.
I'm just kidding. I honestly would love that if I just got that cranky or I got that too big for my britches. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, when I'm streaming, and I'm like, hey, whose podcast is this? Say it. Say my name. Whose podcast?
It's Lim3Slush.
I will kill you.
Yeah.
Oh, I get that all the time though. I shit you not. Even when I first got my name,
Hmm.
everybody called me Lim3Slush. And I was like, it's so easy to decode,
Yeah.
people. Who's
Obviously, it's Lime Sloosh.
I get called slime a lot too.
Slime?
Slime, because lime slush. So I guess people see like slime because they see the L in like the beginning. So they're like slush, slime, like something
That,
like that.
I think that's marketing opportunity. All you got to do is swap slush and lime the other way around, and and then if people can't figure out the name, they just know the S is in the beginning, and you just call you slime.
I'm sloom sloosh.
Yeah, sloom sloosh.
Sloomy sloosh.
Sloosh lime.
It's
Yeah.
just gonna get stupider from there, I swear. Yeah. The
Yeah, I won't speak. I mean, speaking of gibberish, do you know any other languages aside from the one you were speaking?
meine Deutsch ist so.
Wait, Dutch?
Sie, sie, ja, meine Deutsch ist nicht so schlecht.
I wholeheartedly agree, and I don't know what you're saying.
Das ist gut. Das ist very good.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
But
I took 3 years of German in high school because in high school you have to take like 2 or 3 years worth of languages.
mhm.
And so I had to do a few years of it of German because it was the easiest. I failed Spanish in middle school, and I didn't even want to go near French because
Mhm.
we're the real red, white, and blue here. Yeehaw! I'm just kidding.
Right.
No, but no, I just didn't want to dabble in French because it's very difficult, and that's like all you had was German, French, and Dutch,
German,
or
French, and Dutch. Okay.
yeah, or Spanish. Sorry, but
Hmm.
yeah, that's like you have those 3 to choose from, so I chose Dutch, and so that was actually pretty easy. I mean, there's a few times I got frustrated and had to use Google Translate and got caught, but
Oh, of
I was like, I
course.
wasn't in there to be like, "Oh, I'm the professional German speaker in this class." It's like, I just need a passing grade so I can move on with my life.
Oh, that's nice. But then I feel what is it, German, French? Like they use a lot of like male, female neutral terms when you're talking about objects. Like no matter what
Mhm,
object, there's an already assigned gender to it, and you just need to know.
mhm.
Yeah, that I can't really do with languages because the languages I know, there's nothing like that. That's very dominantly. There's already what is it? Genders to different objects. But I tried learning French once, and I just can't. I just can't. It's too hard for me.
I couldn't.
Yeah, never again, never again. You pay me $400, I'd rather learn Arabic, which I have, by the way.
How is your Arabic?
Uh, don't test me here, please.
I'm putting you right on the spot right now. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I've only taken one semester of Arabic. God,
Just do something basic like like a greeting. Like do like a greeting in your name.
I could do Persian. I can't do Arabic, man.
You liar.
I have a better chance at Persian than Arabic.
Then do it.
Okay. Fuck. I can't even remember that.
I'm putting you right on the spot
All
right now.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. Satellite radio. No, that's Turkish. Whoops. Hold up. Let me try again.
Oh my god.
Salam alaikum. Fuck. God, I've already forgot.
That's my favorite word in the dictionary. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck. That's a word in Persian, by the way.
That's actually a universal term for everyone. I actually didn't fuck actually come from Germans.
I have no idea. I just say it, and it's very it's really guttural. It just sounds strong enough to be like a really strong feeling to say. So I just say it. Yeah,
all right, we're looking this up right now on the podcast.
All right, as you search that up, I am more proficient in different languages other than Arabic and Persian, so we can ignore that for a second there.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah,
I got it. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Unlike its most of its vocal counterparts, fuck doesn't have its roots in Old English. The F word is thought to have come from German, which means frickin', which I knew this one. I knew the German frickin'. German word frickin', which means to strike or to hit. It may also come from Swedish dialect as folka, which means to strike or to copulate. And or the Dutch word folken, which is to breed. So it literally means to hit or to fuck. Literally. Oh. Think about it, because folken means to breed, folka means to strike, and frickin means to strike. So it either came from the word strike or it came from the word to impregnate.
Ooh.
Because that's what breeding is, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what we all say.
I don't know. There's some people that are like they want to get pregnant, but they don't want to breed, which I don't understand. I don't. How does that work? How does that even make any sense?
Who knows? I think there's a lot of words like that where they mean one thing in history, but now we use it in a totally completely different context. Or I don't know. In this case, they seem kind of the same.
It was Fifi. That's literally her tagline. She's like, "No pregnant, only breed." I'm like, is it supposed to be the joke, or am I just like, is it just zooming over my head?
Like, are we did some breeding happen before? Like, is that something we shouldn't be doing?
Yeah. I want to get man pregnant. I want to be like one of those pregnant men. That'd be cool.
I don't agree, or rather, I won't do it myself. I mean, if you want to do that, you do you. You go forward with that. I will just be pregnantless.
Pregante.
Yeah, pregante. Yeah. Wait, hold up. My Persian is coming back. Let me try again.
Okay, do it.
Okay. Salam alaikum. چطور هستین؟ من خوب هستم. نام ما یدیاشا. کجا هستی? And that's it.
Hey. Somebody out there will understand that.
Yeah, someone out there, which is pretty small, because I know many people know more Arabic than Persian, and then there's less people who know Pashtun. Oh, actually, sorry. Context. Arabic, I think everyone already knows. It's the right to left, a little bit of squiggly lines. You don't read it left to right. You read it right to left. But from Arabic, if I remember correctly, it is they have 2 or 3 other subsections of the language that's used in other countries. So like in Afghanistan, Iran, and Tajikistan, they use Persian or Farsi or Dari, whatever name you use. And they use that primarily. But Pashtun is a lot more, I guess, in a lot of different Arabic-speaking countries, it's a lot more formal, but less people know it. Yeah, a little bit of history, which I don't know of.
I mean, that's like I said, for me, if I'm a bit of a geo nerd, but like I have limits. Like that's why I don't even play GeoGuessr, because I'm like, I don't know. I know like the history with other places, but I don't know what some places look like. You know what I mean? If you're like, oh, what does this look like on GeoGuessr? You get it exactly right. It's like, I don't know. This could be Australia. It could also be New Zealand, like because they look similar in like terrain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, oh, where could this be? I don't know.
Look at
Earth?
it, it's all desert. It's like, I don't know. There's like
Mars. It's Mars.
1,000 deserts on this planet, and we're getting more deserts every day because
Yeah.
the world's on
Yeah.
fucking fire right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I
yeah.
literally chat, guys. Before we even started this podcast, we had to start it so late because I was so overheated.
Oh
like,
yeah, let's bring that up for a moment. Let's bring
Yeah.
that up for a moment.
what
Let's
the
'cause
107-degree weather outside?
yeah, okay, I'll forgive you for that part, but it's the timing that was not forgivable. Because this man, okay, we agreed at 6 p.m. We'll start then, or we'll we'll start doing the interview then, or at least start planning something, right? But
Mhm.
before 6 p.m. comes around, I Discord the man. I Discorded to Slush. It's like, hey, are we ready to start doing recording so that we can get this show on the road? Because we kind of agreed at this time, and he's like, yeah, sure, we can do that, but my AC is down, so we might have to start a little later. It didn't. I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but like the impression of what I got was, okay, we have to start a little later. So I was like, okay. 6 o'clock comes around, a few more minutes, a few more hours. I'm like, did this man maybe perhaps forget? So I've been waiting. I've been like just doing other stuff, but my mind's always like distracted by he's gonna have to text at some point, and then what is it? 10:50 p.m. comes around, and he's like, "Do not worry, I have not forgotten you. I
I did.
promise."
Hey, I didn't though, did I?
Yeah, well, I guess he didn't, but my impressions on my side were like, yeah, I guess he didn't forget. I'm sure he's a good guy. He's not gonna ghost me for whatever reason. But I kind of feel like he might have forgotten about me, so I'm gonna have to like ask him again. But at the end, we're here. It's like what time is it right now? It's like 11:30 p.m.
And it's 9
In
o'clock for me.
Yeah, for you. For me, it's already bedtime for some children. Not me, because I stay up till like 6 o'clock in the morning. So you actually caught me at a good time.
I will. It's because it's like I'm like, bro, I gotta cool down. Like, I did a podcast with MK when it was like in the middle of the day. I was sweating so badly, like you could see face, like my face was dripping, and then I literally had a cold water bottle within like almost not even halfway through the interview. My water bottle that I got from the fridge was already like room temperature, like it was hot. It was disgusting because of how bad my AC was.
Yeah, okay, I'll forgive you for now.
Hey, how about you live in the middle of the desert?
Hey, I've lived in the desert for like 5 years. The straight up middle of the desert. I don't want to say where, but I have.
It was with all the sand. Ha! I doxed you.
Yeah. Oh my God, you figured it out. Figured out the code.
It has all the sand and the
Yeah.
sun.
It's like the Sahara Desert. Damn it! How did he know?
Actually, didn't it snow over there like a while back?
Well, I'm not sure how deserts should be during any time of the year. I mean, in the summer, of course, they're desert, so they're hot as fuck. But
You can snow in a desert though. There has
oh yeah,
been it has
oh
been
yeah,
proven.
oh yeah. Places where I've lived, when it's like hot in the desert during the summer, it's hot. But during the winter, they do have snow, or like they do have colder seasons. It's just sometimes they do have snow, sometimes they don't. Like it's a flip. It really depends on which desert we're talking about.
I'm just saying, if I wasn't a VTuber and like I just had my camera, I would always have it pointed down, like where my chair is. Like,
Mhm.
all right, guys, be right back. And then you just see my sweaty ass print on the chair. Like that's when like all the donations and follows would come in, and people being like, "Oh my god, I love your
Oh,
stream
hot
so much.
daddy!
Oh, I love it, I love it." And then like I go to sit back down. All right, guys, and we're back. And then like everybody leaves, and then they're like, "Ugh, the streamer is so slow. I hate this."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I get, oh, forgot my straw, and I get back up, and then everybody comes back in flooding. Oh my god! Oh, the aspirin.
Lick emoji. I totally understand as a person who's totally been famous before.
I've actually never really had that. Like, I don't think I've gotten into, unless it's like with certain people. I don't get into like deep like NSFW stuff like that, or like if I've had those stuff, because I'm like, it's not so much I hate or this or that. It's just like I have no idea what to talk about because some people are like more expertise in the fields than me, I guess. So I
Like
could,
talking about just anything in general as you play, or
yeah,
anything in general as you
yeah,
stream?
just because it's like I know, because there's like more people probably lewder than me, where they'll make like jokes and be lewd and stuff, and then I'm like, yeah, green pickle, huh?
Yeah, I gobbled that right up.
It's like
Shrek, am I right? Am I right?
it's like I know, because I love the people that'll do that. Like they know how to flirt, so it's like, oh yeah, it's like I would definitely take you all the way downtown, and then there'd be somebody be like, yeah, and then I'd make you split gas costs. His gas is going up.
And then I would respect you because you're a woman. I respect all women.
And then I will make sure that we split everything evenly because I am a gentle man, as it
Yeah,
were.
and then I'll take you on romantic dates because that's really romantic. Too much?
No, I'm sorry, I'm just giggling because I know people that are like that though, where they
Yeah.
try so hard to be in quotations the good guy and
Mhm.
like do everything to be like, if I'm this nice to them and da da da, and I give them money, they'll be my best friend, girlfriend, whatever. And I'm like,
Yeah.
just be yourself and be their friend. Like that's literally the best woman advice I can give anybody. Just
Yeah.
literally be yourself and just be polite. That's all people ask for.
Yeah. On my side of advice, I can't give any hard end advice because, in terms of dating, I don't think I've had that experience, or rather, if I did, uh,
Everybody laugh and point at him.
stop pointing at me. I know who I am.
I would love
But
it. Somebody's at like work just laughing their ass off and pointing, and then somebody like walks by. It's like, the hell are you doing? It's like, well, no, it's in the podcast. The podcast told me to do it.
you're a virgin. Shut up. Yeah, but like in any advice I'd give, I think just be better to like think of the person as your friend, and
Mhm.
then once you both are able to communicate clearly that you have those kind of things for each other, then you should go in. For me, however, I won't because I can barely take care of myself. Why would I ever think I can take care of another human being if I can't even take care of myself?
True. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that's like that too. Like why I'm more demisexual, because it's like I just don't really like the idea of like being like, oh, I'm gonna go date somebody while myself I'm a broke son of a bitch. Because it's like when you go to date someone and you're like that, they get some people, not everyone obviously. Don't I'm not speaking for everyone, but a lot of
Mm,
people will literally like frown on you, look down on you, be like, oh, they don't have your life together, da 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 da, and then like it won't work. But when it's your friend, probably both of you are just about going through the same shit, and it like just works out better because it's like, oh, we're both having struggles and problems. Let's work on it together. You know what I mean? And people
mhm,
literally fix their lives together like that. And I love that
mm,
so much.
mm. I would um I would agree, but there aren't many people I can consider like friends that we have um I guess like the same experiences because for me, I've traveled around a lot. So whenever I do make like a new friend, we're like, okay, that's cool, that's great. Like we hang out together every once in a while, but then it only lasts for a year because after that year's up, I gotta move and pack to a different country.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I want to say I relate, but that would be a lie.
I feel
Yeah,
that. I
yeah,
just
I just
I don't travel though like too much. I haven't traveled since COVID really.
mm.
I ended up becoming one of those people where it's like I traveled all the time and then COVID hit and then restrictions came in. I was like, and now I gotta watch what I do for a little while.
Yeah, dude. I just like during I think when COVID started, that was when I was in the middle of traveling. So it was a big hindrance trying to like get from one country to another and
Uh-huh.
getting back to because getting back to my own home was such a hassle. Like going to America is just a hassle to go back to because there are some countries that are they at the time they banned some people who were in different countries to come back to the States, and I need to go back because I have a house that I need to go back to, and if I
Mhm.
don't, then I'm stuck in a place that I don't technically belong, and my I don't know my working not my working my what is it, my tourist visa would get expired, and you have to get through all these different things, and it's a complicated jumble of a mess that you'd have to work through. Yeah.
True.
Uh huh. Yeah. Where was I at the time? I was.
Hey,
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
no, I was gonna say, you know what else is really true though?
What is?
These ad reads. Ha,
Oh
gotcha.
my god!
This podcast was brought to you by Freshen Up Hydration. Freshen Up Hydration is a energy drink and hydration formula service that gives you plenty of energy without the crash and the chalky taste, and hydration to help you get all your electrolytes back into your system. I was happy enough to try out their War Cherry and Lemonade recently, and let me tell you that both of them tasted delicious, and the new War Cherry honestly is probably one of the best energy drinks I've had in a long time. So try Freshen Up Hydration and use code LIME3SLUSH, that's LIM3 slush, and it is worth every single cent. This portion of the broadcast was brought to you by GreasyGamer.com or GG.tv, a wonderful little website that is better than Twitter because there's not as much drama, and in general you can meet other content creators. So basically, GG.tv, it's like Twitter without the bullshit. And we're back.
Whew, we're back. Let me take a sip. Yeah, let me take a sip of this sweet, sweet gamer fuel. Oh.
Yeah, it's called Freshen Up Hydration. Use the code down below to help support your bunny so we can get my own flavor.
Yeah, your bunny senpai's waiting for you.
I want to get one of those cute anime ones. I want like a cute little anime bunny shaker.
Oh my god. You don't want one for yourself though?
No, I definitely want lime on it. Like that's my dream is to get lime on a shaker. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Or go to Etsy and just like find someone who does like a print for any like gamer fuel bottles. Just like ask, oh, can you just have this image on here and then sell like give me like 100.
I just want it so special though. I want it to be from them because I love that company. So
I see.
Yeah, I'm like I said, gamer dreams. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait, what's the company name that's doing all that?
Freshen Up Hydration.
Yeah, Freshen Up Hydration. Listen up. Your boy wants his own gamer fuel bottles.
I will personally pee in every bottle you order. Wait, that's not the right marketing technique, is it?
It's like remember the who was it again? Was it Belle Delphine that sold like her gamer?
Yeah, she sold her bathwater.
Bathwater. Yeah, you should do one, but for your piss. Yeah,
gamer piss.
Yeah, like bathing water. That market's already done, but there's a new one for gamer piss.
It should just be green and cloudy because it's lime colored.
Lime color. Like, oh my god, what has he been eating to be getting yellow pee? Like, not even yellow, like a bit of like green. The fuck? Yeah, I mean, like, I'll take a sip, but it's kind of weird. It's green.
Oh my god! Like, did you hear that people actually did drink the bathwater though?
I mean, I kind of feel like it was expected. Does it taste like anything?
Supposedly, some said it was real. Like, it really did taste grody and gross.
Yeah, because they speak from experience.
And then some are saying like some people actually made fake reports and said it gave them like herpes and like disease and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
Does not surprise me that there's people out there that are like that though, that'll like try to like destroy anything they can.
Yeah. And it gives you AIDS.
And it gives you illness.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you shouldn't be drinking bathwater from a stranger. Just saying. I don't care how hard you fall for them. Just don't.
Yeah. I feel like that's simping a little too hard. That's simping a little too hard.
Well, come on, man. Amaranth sold her farts for like $1,000.
God, wait, hold up. I gotta pull that name out of my memory. But I know she's a famous.
She's the cat thrower. I think she's the No, that's a different girl.
There's so many. No,
I think she's the one that did the hot tub streams where she shows her butt off a lot. Like I don't know if she does them still or not, but she'll be like, "Oh, let me put your name on the board," and then her like butt cheeks are like in full view.
Of course.
And she also bought like a bunch of gas stations and stuff like that too. But yeah, I know she literally was like, "I will fart in like a certain amount of jars or something like that," and she actually sold every single jar. And some guys actually did videos of them opening it and like gagging. I'm like, yeah, you just opened up somebody's rancid jar fart. Like, what did you expect? It'd be like, roses, cinnamon. Like, no, dude, it's a fucking ass blast in a can. Like, what'd you expect?
Hey, I'd sell that. I'm just farting a can and just.
Dude, I wish there's a lady. Remember the other lady that did that, but she had to go to the hospital
because she farted too much.
She had too much protein in her system because she was like eating so much like eggs and beans and rice and stuff like that to help her fart and stuff like that, so she could make more orders. And literally, she sent her to the hospital because she had too much protein in her system. And then she retired from it, and then tried to sell jarred farts NFTs, whether it was just an NFT of a jarred fart. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good business or not. I mean, like, you could. I mean, I feel like is there a way to prove that it was actually her food? You could just have other people fart in the jar. It doesn't have to be her.
Dude, it doesn't even, you don't even, you could literally say that you did do it and then just give it to them, give them an empty jar. Like, you can go to Walmart, buy like a bunch of mason jars and just say you farted in them and then just send them out and they won't know
Oh
the
my
difference.
God. Are you calling out the quality of Walmart?
What, they smell like imagine like
Yeah.
imagine like the fart, like the jar themselves just smell like farts because it's like huh, like you open it, it's like, God, these jars stink. That gives me an idea. And you just sell like all the jars you bought at Walmart without having to do anything to them.
God,
And then people are,
that's a different side of buy low, sell high.
that is like Scam Inc. But then again, just selling any kind of jar of anything is a scam. Just
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Like, there's like a candy shop I go to once in a while,
Mhm.
and they literally have these itty bitty jars, like itty bitty plastic jars. And if you fill it up to the brim with candy, it is literally like $8, and you get probably about less than $1 worth of candy out of it. It is
Yeah.
like the biggest scam ever, and I don't know how she gets away with it. But
Well,
people
I
buy it though,
mean,
thinking it's like a great birthday present. It's like, here's some exotic in quotation candy that you can't get anywhere else.
well, it's still delicious, right?
Yeah, I mean it's good, but it's not a lot. Don't you kind of want to get your bang for your buck, or is that kind of like is that kind of out the window at this point?
I don't know. Well, that's your decision to go to that candy store or not. It's just if you want to get more bang for your buck, you go somewhere else. That's your decision. That's up to
I'm
you.
just thinking about that, like somebody being like that's like it's like the guys that are like super cheap. The oh my God, what's that show called? Extreme Cheapskates.
Mhm.
Have you ever watched that?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so get this. It's like a show where they'll do like the extreme shit to like save money, and it's like it goes from like, oh, they're actually saving money to like they are literally destroying not only their own health but their own mentality. Like, there's
Yeah.
like a guy that literally he made like with 4 wooden planks a bed, and then he sleeps on top of packing peanuts because he's like, I don't
Hmm.
need a mattress, I don't need this and that. And then he's like, oh, I'm a big foodie, and all he eats is like one egg. He'll literally crack open one egg, eat it, and then that's his meal for the day. He's like, I'm a total foodie, and I'm like, you eat one egg.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a nightmare to watch because it's like, and then there's like one guy, he has like a family of like 8 or 5 people, and then they go to an all-you-can-eat buffet. He buys one plate, and then they all have to grab stuff off the plate. So he'll make like a ginormous plate, be like, "Who wants this? Who wants that?" Puts it all in a big pile, and then just tells them to use their hands and eat from it. I'm like,
Wow. Like there's
oh,
minimalism
bro,
and then there's that. Like
yeah.
I don't know about that.
Or yeah, and no, and then there's like one guy like, I mean, this is kind of smart, but kind of gross at the same time, depending on how you are. Like, he'll dig through the trash for large popcorn buckets and then clean them out, and then he'll do it with the soda too. He'll clean out the soda too the best he can, and then get free refills. And I'm like, ew, it's so gross though because people backwash into soda cups. Like, the popcorn one's fine. I don't see too much of an issue. It's just the soda one because people backwash into soda, and you don't know if someone had a disease. And I'm pretty sure the hand soap in the bathroom is not going to fix that.
Yeah, but I like God, I mean, I can kind of understand that mentality because where I used to live, we've had many situations where money income wasn't a thing. We would like eat like one type of meal every day and like very limited things that we could do in terms of paying the bills and doing all that. But you know, if there are people who are like that and they can't stop trying to save money, then I kind of feel like you should give yourself more Mona. Just make sure you have yourself in a better situation if you can. But like, are they saving money because they don't have the money, or just because they want to save?
I feel like it's a mix of both, but at the same time, like some of them, they feel like that's their whole hobby. It's just to be like, I've made thousands of dollars by just cutting out a bunch of stuff that would be just fine spending an extra dollar or two on. But these guys are like, I'll do everything in my willpower to be the cheapest son bitch in the universe.
Hmm.
There's one guy that literally he was like on Steve Harvey, and like that was his, because like Steve Harvey used to have a show where he would show off like talents and stuff like that. And like that guy was, his talent was being cheap. Like he was literally like, he goes, "This is how I fill my ketchup." He goes, I have like one container right here. I go to fast food places every day, and I just take the free ketchup and then fill up my bottle from those. He'll just take the packets and just fill it up like that. And then the other kicker is that he takes 2-ply toilet paper, will split one roll and make 2 rolls out of it, so that it's just 1-ply, like 2 1-plies instead of just 1 2-ply. Which I find kind of nasty, because I've used 1-ply before, and I'm like, you might as well just use your hand. Like at that point, yeah, because it just rips. It just rips instantly.
Yeah, like there's no way you can wipe with 1-ply. I'm sure that even the poorest person would be like, no, 1-ply? No, give me 3-ply, please.
Actually, you know that pilgrims used to wipe their ass with corn cobs.
That sounds fun. Did they eat afterwards? I won't be surprised.
You ever think there's like that one pilgrim that messed up while wiping, was like, ooh,
Oh, this like, what if I stick it in?
What if I go a little further, get a little cleaner?
Yeah. Like they were wiping from the side or with the tip.
Oh my god, it's so nasty.
Man, it sounds amazing. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
What, to wipe your ass with a corn cob?
Yeah, with the tip.
I want to just, I don't know, like what would be like oh no, there's always that joke about there's no toilet paper, just use the sandpaper in the garage. It's the same thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, like first you need the effort to go to the garage from your bathroom.
I don't want to do the walk of shame. I'm one of those people, I'm like, I will do everything in my willpower to not do the walk of shame.
I remember like where I used to live, we were so poor, we've actually had to wipe with just our hands and then quickly wash afterwards.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, like it was not a good. I mean, like I don't like. It's not that we were poor. It's not that we lacked anything. It's just where we lived. It lacked a lot of common sense that we have here in America. Because there, it's like it's a completely different mindset, and some things like it's not as well accommodated. So you need to get some things here and there. But once we run out of the materials, which they do have, but sometimes they don't have enough, you have to go through dire resources and use the things that you have, which is at hand, which is your hand.
I mean, I'm not trying to be that guy, but it's this. I've grown up with toilet paper, so it's like the only other thing I would do is was it that thing in Japan where like shoots water up your crack? What's the name?
Oh yeah,
the
bidet.
The bidet, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, those are smart. That's a good investment because you save money on toilet paper and it helps the earth because then you're just recycling water.
I mean, like, I think if you have the chance to buy a bidet, then I'd say buy it because okay, think of it this way. So let's pretend like on your arm you like just like if anyone at home wants to do this right now, bring your arm out and put a stick of Nutella, just like get a little dibble of that and then put it on your arm. Then try to wipe your arm and then like get the Nutella off with only the toilet paper. Would you still consider your arm clean?
You make good points.
Yeah. And in order to get rid of the Nutella on your arm, or in this case, the poop, which I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to gross anybody out. But if you wanted to wipe off the Nutella completely, what would you use? You'd probably use water, like combine water with your toilet paper or like with any towel, and then you wipe it off, and then you consider it, fairly clean, unless you probably want to take a shower by then.
Actually, on the last subject of poop, you ever like wonder if like somebody, if like you had a friend or something, like they got hurt and they like lost some of their memory and stuff.
Right.
Like I feel like the first thing I'd want to do when they wake up, like the first time they go to the bathroom, you'd be like, "What'd you do in there?" It's like, "Oh, I had to go number 2. I had to go poop." It's like, what is that? Nobody else does that. Oh my god, what happened to you when you got sick? And just start messing with like that and just watch them like have a mental breakdown.
wait, so they forget their memories enough that they don't know about their own personal history, but they don't have it enough so they know what pooping is?
Yeah, like it has to be that wiped. Like their memory has to be that wiped. Like you have to make them feel like a total mutant. Like imagine being that shitty of a person.
Oh my god. Yeah. Like, no, you know what? I'm staying away from you if I ever get bonked in the head.
It's like what was that? It's like, and I leaked water out my thing. It's like
you shot what up your ass?
You shot what out of your thing, bro?
Like, dude, your butthole's gonna get infected. You're gonna have herpes.
Dude, I gotta get the doctor in here. What is wrong with you? You shouldn't be doing that. That is so bad for you. And just watch them have like a full blown like mental breakdown, and you just like leave, start laughing your ass off. It's like,
yeah, or he just like he just stares at you, just like, really? Like, I forgot everything, but I don't think I forgot this.
I'm gonna have somebody listen to this podcast think I'm being serious, and they're gonna be like they get into an actual car accident or like a motorcycle accident or something, and then I'm gonna be like, what room are they in? And then they're like, no, you are not invited to go in. Why? We've listened to this podcast, episode 11, which you said was not okay.
It's like super. You're gonna get canceled over this.
I get canceled over like wanting to mess with somebody that I would actually never do this. Oh my god, no, they like listen up to this like that part, but they don't listen to me saying like, oh yeah, it's just a joke, it's just funny, it's just a meme, but like they don't listen to that part, and they're like, he's dead serious, he would really do that to somebody.
Yeah, somehow if you ever commit a crime and then you go to like court, and for some reason the prosecutor will bring up the evidence, it's like, he said this at this exact moment on episode 11.
It's like,
then you're like, oh my god,
I would totally rob a bank in Minecraft, but like nobody listens to the in Minecraft part, so it's like, oh, I would rob a bank, and they pause it right there. Do you hear that?
See, like, people of the jury, we've come to agree. We definitely agree that this man is mad because he said he would commit robbery.
Oh my god, I would actually love that. I'd be like begging them to keep playing. No, Your Honor, we have heard enough. We don't need any more evidence. It's like, okay, well, he's the lawyer. The lawyer's always right.
The lawyer's always correct.
Oh my god, I've actually tried to get a lawyer a few times. They're frustrating. It's like a whole frustrating process, especially when it's like something super complex. Because I've had to go through court only like one time in my life, and I should have gotten I should not have acted as my lawyer the first time because I fucked up so much of it.
Oh.
And I will tell that to people now, like, literally get a lawyer if you ever feel like you're in financial danger. Because I did it one time, acted as my own lawyer, and it was awful.
Yeah, I just I only see the price tag, and I feel a little called off. Like, I know it's worth it, and you should. And I've had experience with one lawyer before, but just like the price tag that they have for them to talk for you, it's really scary for me. I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah, but it's like at the same time though, some of them will work with no money down, and they just take it out of your court case. So it's like, oh, you won your court case, they take the winnings out, and they're paid for, or sometimes you have to pay a little bit extra depending on how high everything was.
Right.
But I'm like, bro, if I could go back in time, I would have got a lawyer in the first place. But honestly, as much as people hate lawyers, at the same time, like, you'll be begging for one, like when you're in a really, really bad spot, and you're in the right. Like when you're in the wrong and you're screwed, then you're only getting a lawyer just to be like your hype man, your legal hype man.
Exactly.
It's like, well, but I didn't do it. Yeah, he didn't do it. Whoop whoop. Can I get a whoop whoop?
I didn't do it, sir. Believe me, he didn't do it, boy.
He didn't do it.
Yeah. Well, anyways, speaking of poop, back to the poop section.
Yeah, so let's go back to
my Twitch channel.
Hey guys, the poop section's back. You can turn the podcast off again.
Yeah, turn off. We don't need to talk about lawyers today. We'll talk about lawyers. Well, unless they're mentioning about
no more lawyer time. We talk about poop.
Yeah, we talk about poop.
But anyway, what about your poopy channel?
Yeah, my poopy channel. I don't know. Like, I mean, again, it's still kind of new to me. I've actually not exactly, but in terms of live streaming and especially on Twitch, it's my first time. Yeah.
How is that working out for you?
I think when I first started, because of course, me as a VTuber, all VTubers must have debuts. It's law. It's by contractual law. You must have a debut when you first start. Like, I think like during the week before I started, that's when I had to get everything together, the overlays and the sound effects and the different things you got to set up for OBS and how you do all of that, and then getting all the art for different things, and then preparing what you want to say. I had a week to prepare all of that, and I just had many days where I could not sleep because I had to finish all of these things. If anyone ever goes to my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Yasha, then
I'm just kidding.
to do a soft plug right there, then like all the art that you would see, aside from like the music or anything else, that was all done by me.
Mhm.
But getting there was not easy, especially like transitions and all that. I actually, getting into this, I had no idea how to do video editing, and much less how to use After Effects to make all of those edits. So making all this, I was learning it as I was making it. So because like I couldn't really think of trying to hire a person, and that's probably preferable for some people, but I'm very meticulous about my details. So it's either I go through the details and learning everything by myself and doing it all on my own, or I try to hire someone else, but I have to bother them with every single small detail that I would just do myself.
Real quick pause. Thank you,
Yeah.
Kwanzaa. We love you, because Kwanzaa's my editor, and he basically is. He does that for me. He does like all the little stuff. So I was like, I'm listening to this, and I'm like, I love editors because I can't edit myself. So it's like, thank you, editors.
I thought you were talking about the Jewish holiday. I'm like, what?
Nah, his name's Kwanzaa. He's an amazing editor. We all love him. Me and the homies love Kwanzaa.
Suck your dick.
But Kwanzaa, feel free to put your character somewhere in this podcast.
Oh, why don't you put yourself on the bottom left corner?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right there.
No, actually, no. Move him and then put him like on the table somewhere.
On the table?
Well, if you're listening to this on Spotify or somewhere else,
okay, it's gonna be kind of awkward to hear this, but yeah. How about this? Put yourself in the bottom left corner, then move yourself slowly to the table.
I did that for my first time he edited for me. I was like, here, no, go here, now here, now
yeah.
go off screen. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so
now appear on the computer screen.
I don't know if he really will or not. It just kind of depends on how far he listens in. But Kwanzaa, just know that we love you, though, because I would not be here without you.
Yeah. If I could see you in the face in person, I would kiss you.
And see, that's why you bring this up, though, because I know people that are like that. They're like, I can't hire editors. I'm very picky about my editing style. So they're like, if I send it to another editor, then the other editor will do stuff, and they're like, they'll have like 1,000 notes from them, like how they want it, and like this and that, and it could get complicated.
Yeah, I just hate the meticulous side of me, and I maybe later on down the line, once I have the resources to be able to outsource this to an editor, I have enough trust with my own editor to be able to do it in like perhaps the style that I would enjoy. But I feel if we were gonna go that far, I just let him do it as long as it's funny. Even if I'm the butt of the joke, if it's funny, then I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, as I said, I'm the same way. I'm like, I just kind of depends on like what I do. But I like kind of like reading stuff or doing podcasts. I like just kind of keeping my calm voice and stuff. I don't really like to scream or be loud. Like someone's like, give us your biggest scream, and I was just still like, like that, because I was like, I can't. Yeah, I can't. Like, I really I don't have a scream unless like, because even like, I think only one time a few months ago, I got really pissed at someone, and I actually did scream, but still, it wasn't even like a like that. I was just like like that, because my voice has just gotten that soft over time. I just don't have my screamy voice anymore.
Let me see if I can get you pissed on this episode. Just to hear that little scream of yours.
Probably not, because we're running low on time for
already.
today.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, quick. we have been yakking it up, and I've been loving every minute of it.
Yeah.
I would love it. It's like, it's a 3-hour podcast. We can't leave until you scream.
Yeah. We'll just make this like a good 6 hours and still no scream.
I have filled 3 Gatorade bottles, not in the way you think.
And
God,
not with my
it's just like a bathroom episode. We've talked about canned farts, we've talked about poop, we've talked about butt wiping. Now we've talked about bottle peeing. Like, oh
Yeah.
my God, it
Is that
just
your lore? Is that what you want to do? Like, just put that in your lore. Just piss out lime.
no.
Yeah. What is your lore, by the way? Like, aside from being a
Oh,
rabbit, because that's what I see. But what is your lore?
so Damn Daniel, the artist who drew Lime, um, we were talking one day because people have asked me this before. They're like, "What is the lore of Lime?" And I was like, "So it's very, very simple. When two bunnies love each other, they make a bunny, and that's literally the lore of Lime. Lime is just literally a bunny that's green." And I do that on purpose because there really isn't like, oh, he painted himself, he is a mutant, he is a weed bunny, da da da. It's like, no, he is literally just two bunnies that loved each other. They made a green bunny. Like one bunny is gray and I think one is green, and then I get the green side from the dad. So
Right.
like yeah, and that's literally how they Lime's lore. It's just two bunnies making another bunny, and that's Lime.
Right. Should have been yellow and green though for like the lime flavor.
Well, actually, I do have a alter ego called Lemon. He's the evil
Lemon.
Lime. Yeah, he literally looks like Lime, but he's yellow.
I see.
So there's Lime, and then we have one called Orange, and he's a hamster. But we have yet to decide what we want to do.
Oh,
Like,
he's kind of like the third factor. There's like evil, there's good, and then there's like the guy in
and there's
between.
Orange.
Yeah.
And then there's Chunky. He's dead.
Yeah. And then like later on, like maybe like a decade down the line, you've got an entire like rainbow like colored bunnies just all in a row.
I would love to have the Rainbow Bunny Brigade. By the way, since this
Yeah.
may or may not come out before Pride, Happy Pride, everyone!
Happy
Yeah.
Pride!
You know what's sad though is that I know some people that actually don't like Pride only because they get bullied more during this month, and I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see that because
Like
people are assholes.
the people who don't like Pride?
Well, yeah, because there's still bigots out there.
Oh, well, okay. Well, that's for them to decide whether they like it or not.
I literally read the comments when Oreo made like "Love is Love" kind of thing, and it's just like little Pride Oreos.
Mhm.
People are literally like, "Boycott Oreos! When's the straight Pride Oreos?" Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, "Oh my
Like, dude,
God!"
like, it won't really change. You're just gonna get a different variety of color, but it's not gonna taste any different.
I know, and I'm like, I've actually had to tell people too. They're like, "Where's Straight Pride Month?" I'm like, actually, here's a question: how many people who are straight have gotten killed for what they like? Not really many people. Let's be real here. Because some
Yeah.
people still can't be gay in like other countries. So,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
arms up. I
So
win the
yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I think in my case, I'm not opposed to like the Pride Month.
Uh-huh.
I'm opposed to people who take that as an opportunity to, set up their own agenda to do whatever that they want, but in the name of pride. Like maybe like they commit a crime because I am gay, so this is my right to do whatever I want. And then it kind of sets a bad name to pride.
Yeah,
But
and
that's an extreme case, but like that's not actually hopefully that never happens.
no,
But
like I mean,
yeah.
I'm like I said, I don't dabble in politics too much. That's why I don't bring this up too much. But like
Yeah.
the only side of it I don't like is like how much they will do this just to make a profit. Because then
Mhm.
coming July, they're just going to change everything back and not give a shit.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess so. It just like,
I mean,
yeah,
don't. I
they
mean, I
mean
get
that.
it if you're like, oh, I'm a big Disney fan and I want all the rainbow stuff of Mickey. I'm like, yeah, cool, then go for it. But at the same time, it's like watch July when they don't make it anymore and they don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, I think again, what was I gonna talk about? Yeah, just like in my stance, like I don't hate Pride. I just I don't really do much in it anyways. So whatever you feel about Pride, you do you. You just do what you want to do, just as long as you're not hurting anyone. I don't want to hurt anyone either. I just want to do my own thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I am. Yeah,
that's why I said I don't really ever, like I said, shame anybody for it. You like what
yeah,
you like. I will never ever turn you down for it. I just feel bad for the people that do get bullied or harassed during this month just
yeah,
because they're like, all right, cool, let me be a little more open with myself. This is the time. And then they do, and then they just get fucking thrown shit at and stuff. It's like,
hmm,
come on. Come on. This is why some people, you know what I mean? They just never say anything about what they like because they just don't want that fucking, they don't really want to have to deal with all that. And I fully get it.
I mean, I do understand not speaking because like it could be a detriment to how people look at you. But
Mhm.
I have been in many situations where, I do make the effort to try speaking what I think about in any situation. But it's either people over like they talk over me or they just don't care about what I say, so they just completely ignore what I say. And then, okay, if you don't really care what I want to say, then I just won't say anything. I'm not saying anything because I don't like you. It's just it's not within topic that people want to hear that I don't speak. So I don't speak at all.
Exactly. I'm the same way. That's why I said like that's why I never get into too much about that where they're like what people be like, "Oh, what do you like or what are you into? Like what's this and this?" And I'm like, I have to know you like so fucking close, like super duper close to like ever talk about that shit cuz it's like you say like one wrong thing or one little any itsy bitsy thing and then it just explodes or it can just explode. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like there was like one video I watched not too long ago. It was like I think from 2016 or something. It was like this group that was like asking what do people think of gays that were like in Russia,
Hmm.
and you had a lot of support. They had a lot of support and stuff like that. But then you had some people that are like no. Some people say like I would get rid of my kid. One guy was literally like lesbians are cool, but two guys can't do it. I was like, fuck you.
Yeah. I think that's just more of like a taste for that man.
That is. It's
Yeah.
like I know people that are like that though. I shit you not. I've known guys that are like that. They're like, two women, ah, hell yeah. What about two guys?
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah. Why don't we look at the Bible and find out?
and then they get yeah. It actually it does be like that though.
Yeah,
They actually
yeah,
do shit like
yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, like
holy
it's all about
shit.
perspective and culture too, because there are definitely a lot of cultures that either respect that or they don't care. It's just like the upbringings of what people have in their past and what they usually choose to do based on their community. So yeah, it's like you can kind of blame the community, but you also gotta have to blame the person for acting upon that.
Exactly. As I
Yeah.
said, it depends on the family you're growing up in. Like some
Yeah.
people are very open and chill and da 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 da, and then there's just some people that are like, I was taught to hate this, so I'm going to keep that tradition going. So we don't like this.
Yeah. God. Well, it's a good thing I travel too much to get caught up in that anyways. The moment I do, I'm gone.
I'm gone.
I'm gone.
Do you still travel now, or is that like a thing in the past?
Up until recently, and then now I'm trying my best to stay still and not go anywhere. Although I don't know how successful that'll be.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've traveled to a lot of different places, honestly, and like especially places that were dangerous before they were dangerous, or they
Uh-huh.
were dangerous and I just didn't know, and then I left just in time for them to have a lot of dangerous stuff in their places. I've been to like where I've been to Turkey. It's a really fun exotic place. Istanbul.
Did,
Oh,
when you went to
yeah.
Turkey, did you try to overthrow the government and call it chicken?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just like, we gotta change the name. People call it turkey, but if you look at that on Google, it won't show the country, it'll show the bird. So why not just embrace it completely and just change it to a more common animal like the chicken,
Like the
you know?
chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like back to the languages, I can kind of speak in Turkish as well. And I think it's much more better than Persian because Persian I can only think of what like five different terms, but not like on the top of my head. But it's fun too. Actually, it's I think it's Turkish where I got my VTuber name.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this name Yeryasha, I don't know. Well, depending on how you spell it, and also depends on which country it's from, because this name was actually given to a friend of mine, who's how the way how it went was one day we were just kind of like hanging out together, and we were thinking about, okay, maybe we should just give each other cute nicknames, just something else. I gave that person their nickname, and then that person gave me a nickname, and after like 5 seconds of thinking, she was like, okay, we'll just call you Yed, Yasha. And when I asked why, the origins of the name is okay. So Yed, it's a combination of yellow, and red, because those were the colors I was wearing at the time, and that's how you get yet. And it's kind of like contradictory of the colors I promote myself with, which is actually red and blue. Just because those two colors are my favorite colors, but the name contradicts that just a bit, by like half. And then Yasha, the word in Persian, I think what that person thought the meaning was like a soldier or a warrior, because we would play a lot of like little games that had to do with like, guns and swords and all that, and I didn't like all that, so I just stuck with a bow and arrow, like a really cheap bow and arrow set we had at the time, because I just like I could not play with guns. It just like, even if it's like a BB gun, I just hate the fact that it's so easy to just pull the trigger and then it just comes out easily. I'd rather just play with the bow and arrow. So they called me like the warrior of the group, and then they called me Yasha. But I think it also means different things in different languages. So in Japan, I think there's an anime called Inuyasha, which is like Yasha in Japanese means like a demon, a monster, which I hope I'm not. But to go back to Turkish, Yasha, there is a verb in the language called live. Like to live, you would say yaşamak. And if you just say yasha, it becomes an imperative, which means live. Like you have to live. So I think that, yeah, I usually try to promote live, don't die, just live life to the fullest. And especially when you're traveling, there are a lot of things that you see that you wish you have never seen, and it kind of puts you down. It really does put you in a situation where you wish that the things you saw you did not see. And there's like many moments in my life where I just thought, I think life is not even worth it. Why even try? Or like, why even live in the first place? I won't go too much into detail about that, but I think like now in the end, I realize, if you don't try to like live your life to the fullest, then there may be things you regret. So that's why instead of just saying, "Oh, I just live because I live because I want to," I live because there should be purpose that you put in your life, and there are a lot of things that I want to do. And I think that name, as well as the color, as well as like the meaning behind that, that's what I want to promote, and that's what I'm trying to do now. That was a long-winded essay, but that's how it is.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think though this is a good stopping point, as I am still hot and sweaty, and I want to go crawl into bed and call it a good life.
Yeah. That's what we do in life. We sleep like 1/3 of the time.
I like sleep though. I don't. It's funny. Like I get my zones where I'm like, I fucking hate sleep, and then when I sleep, I'm like, fresh.
I think it's when I wake up is the hardest to try to wake up, because you're in that mode of, I still want to sleep though, and you just keep on sleeping.
Waking up is the second hardest thing in the morning.
yeah, and it's not first.
There you go. Okay, no, we don't haven't talked about boogers, so we just need to talk about boogers, and we've got the whole spectrum.
Oh my god, what?
Nose goal. There you go. Boogers and boners
Gold
and
digger.
peepees. There you go. Boogers, boners, and peepees. We're good to go.
Pee so goody.
Yes, we're the most mature podcast. This is what you listen to like when you're getting ready for a very important interview with the CEO.
It's like,
It's like, what did you? I saw you with headphones on. What were you listening to? A podcast? What were they talking about? Boogers, boners, and pee-pee.
It's like,
Wiping your ass with a
you
corn
don't need
cob.
to know. You don't need to know. Yeah, just like, you don't really need to know. How's your day been? And you just forget about the podcast. Yeah.
Oh
Forget
my
about the
God.
things. Yeah.
That gets me so good. I love it.
What,
All right.
eating boogers or podcast?
Oh, just how mature the podcast is.
Sure. Yeah, very mature. Sorry.
But yeah, no, thank you so much for coming on. I'm glad everyone got to hear about your channel and kind of about your life and stuff. I definitely want you on again.
Yeah, I feel like okay, here's the thing. I had a list of things I wanted to talk about just in case if I run out of conversation topics. And we've only ticked 1 out of 50.
It's like, imagine you came in with this checklist. It's like, talk about my channel, talk about my games. talking about my future, talk about my model, and then it's
Yeah.
like the rest of the podcast.
Like,
Yeah,
talk about my pee-pee.
so
Yeah.
Jart fart.
Yeah. I feel like this episode has mainly been about lawyers and pee and farts.
Beautiful. That's what a podcast should be about.
Um,
That's what we strive for
okay.
here.
Only on Lime Slush.
Only on the Limelight, which you can find here on YouTube and various other platforms very soon. Once I decide to not be lazy and actually get these up on various other platforms, because that'll take a while. Because I will. That's actually, I have to take all the audios, download all the audios to make sure that they're perfectly crisp, and then throw them on the other platforms.
Yeah, you
And then
gotta
I gotta
have
do
that
that.
top-notch, high-quality shit.
And then like throw every other one on different platforms too. I either do it same day or like the day after.
What? Like on YouTube, Spotify?
Well, no, we're
Where
talking
else?
like Spotify, Apple Pay, or not Apple Pay, but Apple Podcasts.
Put it
And
on everybody's wallets.
put it on my pay for something out of nowhere, just pops up. So today we're talking about the guy that dated his car and legally married his car, and like everyone starts looking at you at the restaurant. It just plays a snippet of my podcast.
Yeah, a 1993 Corolla from Afghanistan.
I would love that if somebody like it's like and your total today is $22.50. Okay, and like they pay for it, and then my podcast comes on like as like a token of using the card. Yeah, so we I saw this dead body the other day, and like it was still squirming. What should I have done? And like everyone like looks around like, what?
It's like, well, what you should have done was, and then they just redact the entire thing.
And they're just like trying to like look away. It's like it's just playing very loudly through the Apple Pay card.
Yeah. That's like that's the best restaurant experience when people can hear over things that you have on, and it's like the most cursed thing.
Yeah, it has to be loud. Like it can't be just like a little quiet, like crappy speaker. Like I want them to scan their card and then it loudly plays a very awkward part of my podcast.
Today we talk about penises.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I want to happen.
Yeah. And like they the volume adjustment, even though you want to bring it low, the lowest setting is like still pretty high.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But where can everyone find you though?
On planet Earth.
All right, so
Sorry.
he does not have a Twitch, he doesn't have a YouTube or anything, so you cannot find this guy anywhere. But one day he will make his own name.
Yeah, I stream. Where do I stream? It's not on twitch.tv/yed_Yasha.
What about your Twitter?
Twitter, same handle. It's at yed_Yasha. I think everything that I do, it's on. So I'm on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. I'm trying to remember if I do anything else because there's so much I had to handle. But on all of those, it's at yed_Yasha.
Excellent. You've been a fantastic guest, and I definitely want you back on. That's why I was like, I don't want to do a longer podcast because I would love to have you on as a guest again.
Yeah,
so.
And you were a host.
Yeah, out of all the podcasts, you were one of them.
Yeah, you were a host and you did job.
You attempted a thing and you did things. So cool.
Yeah, I would say a good host, but I would be a liar. No, you did a good job. Good job. And I do hope I come back again. Hopefully the next episode.
Yeah, we won't be talking about boogers, boners, and pee-pee.
Yeah. We'll be talking about the existential crisis of life and death.
Yay!
Yay!
All right, let's see. Okay, there we go. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
All right, everyone have a day.